Hi, it's Jamie with JamiesArtsaLaCartes. Thank you very much for joining me today. I have a fun St. Patrick's Day project. We're going to make some cute little greeting cards that I can send out to my grandkids and family and friends. And I've got some napkins that I've cut out. And I've used the saran wrap technique and applied it to some cardstock. I found these cute little window clings when I was at the Dollar Tree the last time, so I'm going to try gluing these onto some cardstock and then cutting them out. I have some cute little stickers and just a couple little embellishments, including this really cute little ribbon I have here. Kiss me, I'm Irish. So we're going to see what we can create using a new thing and some things out of our stash. And the first thing I need to do is to try to glue these onto some cardstock and then get them cut out. So that's where we'll start. Everything is glued to the cardstock, dry, and I went ahead and printed out my sentiment on the computer. So I'll get all these cut out and then we can start assembling some cards. Out a sheet of sentiments, just simply Happy St. Patrick's Day. And when I create these, I put a little box around them, and then that gives me something to make the trimming part easier. So this will be my original edge, so I can put this here on my line and I can line it up using my guideline over there. And just cuts it right off. Let's see if we can. And then I do just go ahead and just freehand with scissors, two ends. But then what I decided to do past that is I wanted to create a little dovetail just to give it a little bit of interest. Super easy to do. So basically, doesn't matter how long, like if they're different lengths or any of that. Basically what you're going to do is you're going to come from the corner to the halfway point of the letter. And then do the same thing with the other side, the other corner. And then come back and snip it. Clean it up. And you have a nice little edge. So again, I just take the corner and I aim for about halfway, the midpoint of that letter. And there we have it. Let's do that again. So 45 to the midpoint. Okay. All right, so there are those, and they basically will look like that when they're glued as one piece. So another thing that I decided to do to add interest was to get out my Big Shot and emboss some backgrounds. So I went ahead and went with a simple little floral component that's not too girly, and basically using my plates, just put the folder, and I have 2 sheets of paper in there just so I can get 2 out of one pass. And basically just roll it. You feel that little click when you know you've gone past your folder. Got your whole folder through the roller. You can remove it. So I've already done several, and they look like this. I did a golden piece of paper and cut it into squares, and they'll trim for the individual cards. I did a pastel green, a soft green, and then I did some rich green, Kelly green. So I've got all of our little cutouts cut out. You know, they're glued and they stay on there. You can see I can bend that. and it stays just fine. And basically, I'm going to do what we would call a fussy cut. So I'm just going to give a little bit of edge. Which is why I use that paintbrush when I put the glue on there. Took it all the way to the edge so that I could use it for this kind of look. And I'm basically just trying to keep it about the same distance. If it is a little bit off, you won't really, there'll be enough going on, you know, enough interest on the card that the recipient's eye won't be drawn to something that might be just a little bit different in width. And that one, I need to come back and try to give it a little bit more definition. And I literally will turn it over, and there's a little bit of a sharp point there, so I'm just going to soften it. Something like that. And we'll just keep cutting it out. And if we need to get into a tighter spot, then we can get our little pointy scissors out. And maybe like right here. Go around that petal a little bit. And there we have it. All right, we have our elements cut out. Now it's time to glue all of our sentiments onto their background, because what I'm going to do is once they dry, I'll be using little foam dots and popping them up off the surface just to give like interest, give dimension to the card. So here's a card. There, we'll be gluing that one. Here's a set. We want to glue this one and another, and we'll just go from there. We'll catch all of them and get them all glued. That way they can be drying. That way when we get ready to pop them up, they'll all be well dry, well adhered. So I'm just going to basically show you how I would assemble So I have a plain card. I have these different elements. I do have ribbon that I can use for the envelope. I've done this embossing, so I'm not going to emboss the flap as you see me do sometimes. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these nice little glitter stickers and decide, do I want to put one down here? I think I'm going to put it on the front and the lower corner. And there's my decorated envelope. So now what I want to do is decide, and I'm looking at how this is embossed. You know, how do I want this to lay out? Maybe something like that, and put glitter. I have the truck, that'll be the focal point. And I'm going to decide, do I want to put something behind it? I might not even use those. I might just something like that. Okay. Make sure I have my card going the right way. Oh, and then the other thing that I'm doing is that I try to do this before I put anything on the front. This is where I just sign it and date it Make sure I've got it going the right way. Try to center it. Give it a good press. Dries pretty quick. And on these, I'm just taking a ballpoint pen. So I put my initials and then I just put the year on there so that I'll have an idea of when I made it. And then again, I'm going to look and see if I like one side better than the other. And I kind of like this one better. So I'm going to put the glue on that side. On this side here. Again, check my orientation. Make sure it's got a good coverage of glue, and then I think I want to give it a little bit of a twist. Press it down well. Okay, we want to go with that. We're going to let that set for just a minute. I want to pop this up just to give some dimension to the card. It's ready. And I did that just to give it a chance to start setting up a little bit. Okay. All right, here we are. Here are our St. Patrick's Day cards. We're going to let them dry well and then give them a pressing to get them all nice and flat and back to their original shape. I think they turned out pretty cute. I'm running my Cricut in the background. I'm cutting out some little tiny shamrocks out of regular cardstock. That'll be included in the envelopes when I send them out. I hope you've enjoyed this project. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, would you please consider subscribing? And well, until next time, happy crafting!